This video I'm going to troubleshoot why a 12-volt lithium battery is getting the sulfated and an F02 code when I try to charge it with a Duralast battery charger. Sulfation is a condition that affects lead-acid batteries like standard car batteries when lead sulfate crystals build up on the internal plates. This charger has a repair function which will send pulse charges to try to break up the sulfate crystals, which end up working to fix these lead-acid batteries that also had the sulfated code. The repair does not work for lithium batteries though, so after a couple of hours, I will see the F02 bad battery error, which only shows up after the charger gets the sulfated code and fails to repair it. So I got permission to dispose of this from the vendor that sold the battery to me and decided to tear it apart to see if I can figure out why it's not working. And the first thing I notice is burn marks on the case top. That indicates there was either a manufacturing defect or the previous buyer did something wrong to ruin the battery, so I will continue to tear the battery apart to investigate further. So the first thing I will do after pulling the battery pack out of the case is cut the two straps that hold the BMS onto the four cells it's connected to. Then I will take my Phillips head screwdriver to unscrew the nuts that hold the two larger cables that connect the BMS to the positive and negative terminals of the cells welded together in series. Now the only thing connecting the battery management system to the cells is the three thin white wires, so I will just figure out how to unplug them and then set the BMS aside. Then I will look where the white wires run, and the first to the right of the black wire goes to the right cells with the middle wire going to the bottom and the right wire next to the red going to the left. I will try to peel the glue off the top of the little screw that holds the wire to the welded plate so I can see what type of screw it is, and it looks like a Phillips head, so I will use my smaller screwdriver to remove it. Then I will remove the screws that hold the other two wires on and put the screws back in so I don't lose them in case the batteries still work properly. Next, I take my voltmeter to test the whole pack along with each individual cell, and the voltage is really low, so I'm going to try charging them up to see if all the cells will stay balanced. And after a while of charging, I will check the voltages again, and they're almost up to 12 volts with each cell close to 2.9 volts, so it appears as if the cells are fine, which means the BMS is probably bad. Then I charge it a little bit longer and decide to hook the BMS back up to see if it will work now that the batteries have more charge, so I will screw all the wires back in how they were and test it again. The voltmeter shows less voltage with the BMS connected again, so I will hook the charger back up, and it still shows the sulfated code, which would indicate that the BMS is bad. So I will disconnect all the wires from the battery cells again and continue to charge them up to see if they will accept a full charge, which is around 3.4 volts for each lithium cell. And after a little longer, I will test the cells again, and I get around 3.2 volts for each, so it appears as if these cells are still fine, so I will charge it up a little more until they get closer to 3.4 volts. Hopefully this video has helped, and feel free to ask any questions that you still may have in the comments. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more quick and on-point videos.